How's it rockin', Dween Nation? This is the Dween Sports Podcast. We're about to get underway. But before we do, we'd love if you could like, comment, subscribe, or share. We are posting weekly sports content, and we want to build up the brand that is Dween Sports. Thank you all, and enjoy.
Welcome in, Dween Nation. This is your host, Justin Paez, alongside Genoa Agudelo and special guest Victor Paez. Welcome to the pod for our second mock draft of the NFL offseason. This one's different, though. This is a 12-team, half PPR, obviously snake draft, but we're excited to dive into all of it. But before we do, I want to see how the rest of the team is doing. I'll start with our guest. Dad, how you doing?
I'm doing great. The first draft we did was awesome. I did beat y'all out, as the computer said. But, yeah, I'm ready for this next one. This is going to be a 12-team, so let's see how it works out.
And Genoa, how we doing, man?
Yo, Dween Nation, Justin, I'm doing good. Once we do one draft in one day, you got to do another. It's kind of like eating your favorite snack. It's like once you get a couple, you got to have a couple more. And it's football season's around the corner. Why not do a second draft in one day, a second mock? And so I'm excited for this whole summer, and I'm excited to see what we pick. I just do want to say I asked Siri a random number, so I'm at 4. If you guys are wondering why am I right behind Justin, I asked Siri, and you got to respect the rules. So, but hey, I'm still ready to draft, and I think this time I'll have the best team when it's all said and done.
No, what I'm really excited about is now I can steal some picks right in front of Genoa. It's going to happen, 16 times, so I'm excited
He's going to still
do that
on the way back.
Yeah.
I guess so, but, I'll do it first. So, but anyway, Green Nation, this 12-team mock draft, we have me at 3, Genoa at 4, and Dad Victor at 12.
Wow.
He is Zoo Crew. But yeah, I'm excited to dive into this draft, but it's different. For one, it's 12-team compared to our first mock draft, and we're all spread out in different spots in the draft as we were last draft. So there's a lot of different angles we're going to attack here. But let's start this draft and get it going. I am going to be the first one for us, which I'm excited to lead off at the 3rd overall pick. The mock draft starts in 20 seconds, so we can kind of just jibber jabber for the next 15 seconds. But excited. Dween Nation, if you're curious about what the other mock draft looked like, how different it was, go ahead and check it out. It was 10-team, half PPR, a lot of different setups, because I know there's a lot of leagues that do 10-man, 12-man. Some people go crazy and go past that. We're going to kind of cover both of these two here with 10 and 12-man. This one's 12-man. And let's start this draft. Jamar Chase and Bijan Robinson go, which to me are the hands-down pick 1 and pick 2. And that's why I did pick 3, because I'm like, where do we go from pick, not getting picks 1 or 2? What do we want to do here? There's some selections. There's Saquon, obviously, who had his career season and is just a stud. But I hate to prey on people's downfall, but RB1s do not repeat. It has not happened in many, many years now. So
And
I'm not. Yeah. Oh, Madden curse. It's it's something. It for most years it really is something. Even though it's silly enough to say. So I'm not going to go Saquon. So then it's between those next 3 guys, in my opinion: Jay Jettas, Jahmyr Gibbs, and CeeDee Lamb. But the fact that Gibbs has to share with a little bit with David Montgomery, I'm going to X him out there. And then you got Jettas and CeeDee Lamb. I'm just going to go with who I think is the better wide receiver, and I'm going to go with Justin Jefferson to start my draft off. And we go to 4 with Genoa.
Well, I thought you were going to pick my guy CeeDee Lamb, and but I'm going CeeDee Lamb here. I think he's the. I was scared, but I'm glad he did it.
Especially with JJ McCarthy being
Hey, they said the same thing with Darnold last year, and we still had a top wide receiver. But yeah, I like to whittle it down and get you a little scared. But yes, anyway, so you go CeeDee Lamb. Here's the stretch of 7, 8 guys, and we're to you, Dad, at pick 12.
Well, like I said, you have to pick up running backs sooner than later because they're, thinner at that position. So, but I'm going to go with my first pick will be Brian Thomas Jr., of course, and then I'm going on the way back because he's a dinosaur. Y'all know who I'm going to pick, but he still has a lot of juice left. He's a carry. He's going to get his double-digit touchdowns, and I'm going with Derrick Henry.
I love it. I have no complaints. I did the same thing in our previous mock draft where I went Henry over a couple of those young bucks like Achane and Bucky Irving and even Breece Hall and Jonathan Taylor. So I like it. a lot there. All right, Jano, what do you got? Second
Well, I
round.
know
Don't
who's
steal
gonna
my
pick.
player.
I know
I
he's
think
going
this is very easy. I'm gonna go with Josh Jacobs. I mean,
Yes.
I think it was just very easy. I think it might have been the easiest second round pick I've ever had in my life.
I told you he was
Gosh,
going to
I
steal
really
your pick.
he did. He just stole my pick. Jerk. I need a little
I
I
love
need a little bleep thing to like
love
bleep out words I want to say. Anyways, Josh Jacobs goes. Dang it, that's who I wanted. I kind of want to be different in this draft and see kind of different directions I could go. Maybe I can wait. I'm gonna go with. Damn, I'm gonna go with Kyron Williams.
Yeah.
I think he's still got the goods, and even though they drafted another running back, I'm not too worried because they draft a running back every season. It was Blake Corum the year before. Now Jarquez Hunter, Ronnie Rivers. Not enough to beat Kyron Williams, so I'm gonna go Kyron there. Brock Bowers goes, who I was thinking of jumping on, but I didn't. T. Higgins, Chuba Hubbard, Lad McConkey, and we're back to me.
Oh my God! I know
And
you're
it's
going to.
my turn.
Don't pick
My
which is going to
turn.
pick anyway. So
My turn, and I don't know if I want to do that.
don't pick him.
I could go really a lot of directions, and a lot of directions I kind of like. But I'm gonna try this for this mock draft. I'm gonna go with Trey McBride,
Oh,
who I think is by far him and Brock Bowers are in a tier of their own at tight end, and then it kind of drops off to Kittle, and then it drops off again. So I'm gonna go Trey McBride.
I feel he's going to pick this person. Genoa's going to pick.
There's down to two people, but I want to pair CeeDee Lamb with Tyreek Hill. I just think that just sounds cool. I know I don't want to live in the past, but I think he's got one more year or two in him. Hopefully, Tua can stay healthy.
Okay, well, you know what? Since it's my turn, I was going to wait on a quarterback, and I still might. But you know what? I know he's holding out, but I'm going to do the quarterback receiver combo. So I'm going to pick my Jaden Daniels here and Terry McLaurin.
Woo! I like it.
Oh man,
It's a lot.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, the stack is the most fun thing to do in fantasy football, in my
I
opinion.
never do that. This is the time I'm going to do it this time. So
I love it.
Okay, you know what? I see Devontae Adams there. I gotta pair him up with CeeDee Lamb and I'm sorry, I just have to do it. I can skip running back for this one. I like Devontae too much. I got 3 star receivers. They're all healthy. I'm feeling good about this year.
well, that's a good way to pick because if you're 12 pick like I was, then you have to wait all this long. You only have to wait 5 picks. So there'll still be some running backs out there for you.
All I know is this method has really screwed me because you keep stealing my players, and I don't like it because I was gonna go Adams, and really to me there's a drop off after Adams a little bit
Yeah.
to the next guy. But I'm thinking if I want to go that direction. Unfortunately, I could have gone quarterback, but all my favorite 5 quarterbacks win, so I'm gonna have to wait on that now. So I'm gonna look at running back and wide receiver, and one of the ways I'm gonna go with DJ Moore. I'm gonna go with DJ Moore. I think he's solid. I did this last draft, but I think that, number 1 wide receiver with Ben Johnson, praying for some good things. So I go with him there. Dween Nation, what I honestly should have done, and what you should do in your drafts is look at the people picking next to you and realize that they need running back. And I should have gone running back to snake them right there because I wanted to go James Conner, and I was thinking about it. Now I miss out on James Conner, and Montgomery goes. And I really don't love – I'm going to go with DeAndre Swift. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that there. I wanted to get a running back because I didn't pick one since Kyron, and I go with Swifty because and I used to hate it, but now I hate it less, the fact that I have Moore and Swift running back wide receiver duo. But I know that sometimes that's a little bit of a when that happens. But I'm still a fan. But anyways, we'll jump to you, Genoa, for your pick.
This guy right here is very underrated, very, very underrated as far as fantasy and on the field. I'm going to go with Tony Pollard there. I think where I'm drafting him there in the 5th round, I think it just goes good with Josh Jacobs. And I'm feeling really good about it in the 5th round.
I'm a fan too. I think even though the team kind of is really doo-doo, he's kind of the guy. Yeah. All right, Dad, what do you got?
I'm going to pick a running back. And last draft, I said no rookie running backs, but I'm going to pick back-to-back rookie running backs just to see how it goes. And I'm going to pick Trayvon Henderson for my first pick. and Keshawn Judkins as my second pick here.
Wow.
Good one, man.
Double running back action.
I think they're both good to have something to do at the first week. So
I actually think it's a really smart way to go because you have Derrick Henry, who you're going to be able to rely on every week, and then if one of those two guys hits, which obviously they were teammates at Ohio State, they're absolute studs, and now they land in backfield so they can easily take over. I'm a fan.
I'm going to go ahead and get my ace quarterback, and I'm going to go with the guy who lost the Super Bowl and is on a revenge tour. Let's go with Patrick Mahomes.
yes.
You know, in the past few years, guys, they've picked this guy in the first 2 to 3 rounds. I'm fine with picking him in the 6 rounds with my 2 running backs and my 3 wide receivers pick.
That's going to be your steal. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
I like it as well to secure that spot for you. For me, I'm looking at the running back position. I'm going to go with Brian Robinson.
I was going to get him on the way back.
Get a little guy who's going to get a lot of touchdowns on the ground. So I'm a fan there. With my next pick, I could go in a couple of directions. A couple of quarterbacks just went that I like. I might just wait on that. I'm going to go with Chris Godwin. I know he's coming off the injury, but he was the literal wide receiver 2
No, he was
through week. No, it was Rashee Rice, and then it was Godwin.
Okay, I thought he was
when Godwin got injured. But yeah, Godwin was balling like crazy, and then he got hurt, and I think he'll be back in good form. And you got Baker Mayfield, Chris Godwin. I love it. Anyway, we'll jump to you, Genoa.
Godwin was number 1 either in receptions or in yards. I think he was number 1 on one of those two before he got hurt.
Right.
For me, I mentioned a guy that's going to be on a revenge tour. How about his tight end to go along with them on that tour in his final year? A stack. Let's go with Travis Kelce. You pick him in the 7th round. That's what everybody says last year. Oh, I'm not going to pick Travis Kelce in the 2nd or 3rd. I'm going to pick him in the 7th. Well, here we go, 7th round. You stack him with my quarterback. I'm feeling good about this 12-man. You know, I think I like it.
That's good.
You like? Oh, okay. He's liking the setup now. Not the biggest fan, but you're here.
I wasn't the biggest fan to start things off. Like 15 minutes ago, I wasn't. But I feel like I'm really warming up to it.
All right. I'm gonna go out with another receiver here. I'm not too fond of Calvin Ridley with the team he's on. I know he's a great receiver. Rome Odunze. I'm gonna go with Rome again. I'm gonna go and pick up Rome Odunze here. On the way back, I'm going to need a tight end here, and let's see if anything I can wait for one. And I probably could wait for one here. Let me go. I think I'm going to go pick up another running back. And I'm going to go and pick up my guy. I know I'm passing over some other running backs, but Jordan Mason, I really believe in him. I think he's going to take over.
Jordan Mason.
Right. Okay, yeah, Jordan Mason there.
All right, Jordan Mason off the board. We're back to Genoa.
Well, obviously, I need a running back here. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to go early on this one. I want a rookie. Let's go with Jaden Blue. I know it's very early, but I need another running back with some upside there. I like it in the 8th round.
All right. Wow. Big play there with Jaden Blue
in the 12th or 13th round.
Yeah,
a bit of a reach, but I mean that backfield is pretty wide open. I'd say 2 new. Actually, they're all new to the team.
True. He will. I think he's going to start some the first 2. 2 weeks. He'll get some carries.
All right. Well, we move to me here. And I see that the other 2 teams ahead of me have a quarterback, so I'm not going to jump and get Bo Nix, even though I'm going to get him on the back half, coming back in that next pick. But now I'm down to Khalil Shakir, Stephon Diggs, Jaden Reed, Jacoby Myers, or one of these running backs I could also jump on. I'm going to go with Khalil Shakir. I think this is a year he steps up. And I like it there. And honestly, I was just saying that I'm going to take Bo Nix, but I kind of I want to build out my roster a little bit more, and the fact that I want to have a little bit of a deeper team, especially at my running backs, just because I like Kyron, but he gets injured from time to time. Same story for Swift, and we've seen the same story for Brian Robinson. So I'm going to go with Javonte Williams to add to my backfield setup here. He'll be my 4th guy. But that's what I got there. What do you have, Janelle?
I need another running back. I know Bucky Irving's, pretty much a star there in Tampa. But let's go over Rashad White. I think he's got some juice left to him. He had some great flashes last season. I still believe he can work in this offense.
Okay.
Well, I told you I was going to wait on the tight end, and he's right there for me, staring me in the face. So I'm going to go with Mark Andrews, and he's going to be a top guy here. Thank you again.
Marky Mark.
Then I'm going to go back and let's see here. Looking for a receiver here. And you know what? I'm going with the old dinosaur. I might go with Cooper Kupp. I'm thinking about it here. Let me see here.
I like it.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Cooper Kupp. I'm going to get Cooper Kupp on the way back here. Man, great in the 10th round. Not bad.
All right. Well, okay. Well, Janelle, you are up. Cooper Kupp is gone. Mark Andrews is gone.
Let me see here. Man, there's some good talent here. I do need a wide receiver. Okay, let's go with.
You're going to pick my guy. I know it.
This is a reach, actually. It's a little bit of a reach, but I like rookies. I need another one. Let's go with Matt Golden for the Packers. I think he might end up being a star eventually. I need another wide receiver. I haven't picked one since, the 4th round. So I think I can wait on this one. I still have Adams and Tyreek Hill and CeeDee Lamb for the first couple of weeks. I like this. I can wait on Matt Golden. He'll blow up by week 4 or 5 for sure.
I agree. I mean, that's wide open. I didn't go Nix because I wanted to go another running back, and Nix fell back to me, so I'm going to go with Bo Nix here.
Wow.
To be my starting quarterback. Then we move back to the next round, and I don't know exactly where I'm going to go. I could go backup running back. I might double down at quarterback and go with a guy who I really believe in this year. Especially, I'm like completely buying into this one team because I have DJ Moore, I have DeAndre Swift, and now I'm adding Caleb Williams to my team.
Nice.
To have the stack in case he balls out, and then I'll have all Chicago scorers most likely unless Roshan steals something for me. But yeah, Caleb Williams, what I got here.
You know what, Justin? I'm also going to double down on quarterback. I'm checking my bye weeks here. I think Mahomes has week 10, while my GOAT in Houston, CJ Stroud, has got week 6. And you know what? At a 12 team, I think CJ Stroud is an X factor there, guys, in a 12-man team. Give me my guy. Love me some CJ Stroud. I'm a Texas. Come on, Texans. Let's go.
Come on.
Man, you took my guy. I like him. Well, you know what? I'm going to go up and pick up my second tight end with David Njoku. He's going to be good. They're going to have to throw to someone, and that's going to be the guy. And I'm going to go back and pick here. Let me see. It's going to be a running back. Man, I can't believe there's some good still players left on.
Yeah.
Tight end.
Definitely is. See, 12 team. Yeah.
Still, yeah, there's some players. You know what? I'm gonna pass by all these receivers here, and I'm gonna go and pick up. Man,
I know what he's doing.
What?
I am.
What round is it? 12th?
I think I know what he's doing.
No, I'm not doing. I'm not doing defense. If that's what you're thinking.
I thought you were gonna do that. I was
No,
like, no.
I'm gonna go. No, that's too far of a reach.
Denver's already picked, so.
Oh, Denver did go. Wow.
Yeah, I just noticed that just now. So never mind. I thought he was gonna go Denver until I saw.
Man, there's just no good.
Oh, what do you got? We don't have all.
I know. I'm gonna. You know
Let's
what?
see, you want to do 12 man? I don't think we should.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go and pick up Blake Corum. Just to back up.
Okay.
Stealing my backup running back. I see.
Okay, let's see here. Okay. What do I need? Okay, let me see. So I have. Let's get another wide receiver or. God, dog. Yeah, this is where it becomes dumpster fire. I have Travis Kelce on a bye week 10. I would like another tight end. Maybe Travis Kelce might not work. I know they're the same bye weeks, but let's go with Jake Ferguson. I figure by week 10, maybe I can pull off some sort of trade and get me another tight end or another running back, wide receiver, whatever need I have. There might be injuries by week 10, but at least I have week 10 to figure it out. I like Jake Ferguson. I know I have 2 tight ends on the same bye week, but I have 10 weeks to figure it out, so I'm good.
I can see where you're going at here.
Yeah.
For me, at my next pick, I'm going at running back or wide receiver. There's a running back I'm really interested actually in, but I feel so bad because I've already picked so many players from this team. I'm just gonna do it. I won't normally do this in drafts, but I really do like the that he's not being talked about much, and that is Roshan Johnson for the Bears.
That's what I was
He
just
is a
like.
he might be that goal line back for the team, and I have Swift, so to have Roshan with it can really solidify that backfield. So I'll go Roshan Johnson there. Then we move back to me. I haven't picked a wide receiver in a little while, so I kind of want to go dip my toe back in that pool or go tight end. I have Trey McBride though, so I'm like really not worried about that. So I'm going to look at wide receiver. There's a couple ways I can go. There's a young buck I like a lot in Trey Harris for the Chargers. Surprisingly enough, Quentin Johnson is a guy I'm somewhat interested in because he had did he have double-digit touchdowns last year?
I think he did.
5. He had 8 touchdowns last year. And that, for a guy that we say sucks, which he kind of has not proved that wrong. I'm interested there, but they also drafted a guy in the second round who was an absolute beast at Ole Miss. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with Trey Harris here for the Chargers as my wide receiver 5.
Wow. All right, let's see. You know what? I think I need another running back. Let's go with Estime. I'm a big fan. I think that he's eventually somewhat going to get his time there in Denver. He's a power back, so I like his goal line touches. Might not get over 70, 60 yards, but I do like him to get the majority of the rushing touchdowns. Let's go with Estime.
So you're estimating that he's going to do good, huh?
Very good. Yeah.
All right, Dad, what do you got here?
I'm going with my second quarterback. I have Jaden Daniels, which he's off the 12th bye week. This quarterback I'm picking up is bye week the 14th week, so if I don't need him, I can always drop him and pick someone else up. But I'm going with Drake May, and he's a runner.
Okay.
He showed his last 4 or 5 games last year that he can do it. So I'm picking up Drake May. Yeah.
You really could get a quarterback in the last in the 10th or 11th round. You can really make
There's some good options because I like you got him in the end of the 13th, but like Lawrence with Liam Cohen could be something.
Yeah.
Stafford could be something with his Stafford is with his weapons.
Penix Jr. He's good.
Tua always get some points early on in the year, and then McCarthy. We saw Darnold be a top 10 guy last year. McCarthy, maybe. But okay, you picked May. You got another pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and just off the fly pick up a running back. He's playing for Green Bay, Marshawn Lloyd. I'm just going to pick him up and see what he does. Maybe he'll start some games and take over Josh Jacobs.
Well, the whole thing with him last year is he was supposed to be kind of the clear and away RB2 behind Jacobs, but he was just hurt all season for most of the season. That's why. But yeah, all right, Genoa, you are up. Round 14. What do we got?
Let's see. I think it's time for a defense here.
I knew he was gonna...
You know what? I like Minnesota's defense. Let's go with the Vikings defense.
Vikings defense.
I think they have a solid year. Brian Flores leading the way.
I like what you got going on here. I'm thinking I could go defense. There's actually a defense I kind of like there. I could go tight end. I don't really need a tight end. So maybe I'll jump in the kicker bandwagon. I'm going to give myself Brandon Aubrey. Here he's him and maybe Dicker. I guess maybe Bates you can include, but to me they're going to get you double digits every week. So I'm going to go with them there. And then for defense, I'm actually going to – oh, wait, they just took my defense. I was going to go Pittsburgh. Freak. Then I'm just going to wait till the last round on defense, and I'm going to look at what I want to do with this last pick. I could go backup tight end, or I could add even more depth to my running backs and wide receivers. I'm going to take a flyer on a guy who could break out and that is Kyle Williams out of New England. So they have Diggs, of course, but he's coming back from injury. And then you got Kyle Williams, who they drafted in the 3rd round, who's getting a lot of rave reviews in camp or in OTAs. So I'm going to go with him there.
I need a kicker, and I don't have to worry about getting a kicker for bye week till week 12. So let's go with Cameron Dicker. You know, I gotta get a Longhorn on one of my teams at least. So let's go with him.
Not the Longhorns.
Well, you know what? My last 2 picks is defense and kicker, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up. I'm going to go pick up the Packers. I think their defense is going to work it out this much better.
Not bad.
This year.
Yeah.
And then on my kickers here, let's see. I'm going to go Bates. I mean, thank you.
Yeah.
Bates Motel, yeah.
Can't beat
I like it. The Green Bay does play Detroit in week 1, so I don't know. You might be regretting that defense pick there. But hey,
where are they playing? Because Detroit, if they play away, golf is a turnover machine. So
yeah, that one I don't remember. Anyways, go ahead.
For me, my last pick, I really like this pick. You got to think about what's going on in New England. Yes, they have Stephon Diggs with Drake May. What if Diggs doesn't work out, and what if Drake May finds someone else? I want to go with Demario Douglas. Think about it. A last pick in a 12-man draft, not too bad. Justin and our guest here, Victor, I think he could be the number 1 receiver in New England. You know how Diggs works out. I mean, he's a little bit of a drama queen. He's still injured, so I think it can work out with Drake May.
No, I think both those receivers are going to do better than Diggs.
Yeah,
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Demario Douglas as
Polk
well.
is still on the team, right?
Who?
Polk?
Yeah, Jalen Polk.
No, Jacoby Myers, I think, is in Las Vegas now, right?
Yeah, he's in Las Vegas, but Polk is there, and he had some good
Yeah,
games.
Polk could do good. Yeah, better
I think
than
both of them will do better than Diggs.
Yeah, because Diggs is still hurt. Who knows if he'll play, even though he is practicing.
That's why I like Drake May. I'm telling you, Drake May is going to do well this year.
Drake May. Now I'm on my last pick here, and I got to pick a defense, and my whole scheme is I got to pick one that has a good matchup in the first week. And I'm just going to go back to the Bears, who had a really great defense last year, and they play against J.J. McCarthy in his first game ever. And that is going to conclude the draft. I had a 94 at your course.
74.
I got an 85. I got it higher than last year. But
So they said I'm the best.
Wow.
11. I'm at 11. Ugh. But I'm ranked high. I ranked 3rd in flex, 3rd in defense, 4th in wide receivers, and 4th in. I'm ranked. Quarterbacks I'm at 7th. I don't know how I'm ranked 7th. I have CJ and Mahomes.
This draft just makes sense.
Wow.
That I would be at the top.
Are you number 1, Justin?
Yeah, number 1.
Jefferson,
94.
Kyron McBride, DJ Moore.
I'm 5th again. See, I'm always middle of the pack. Yeah. I was 5th last time and 5th this time.
Well, anyways, Dween Nation, thank you guys for watching this mock draft. We went by it pretty fast, pretty smooth. 12 team, half PPR. They picked mine as the best because duh. But anyways, thank you guys for listening. Dad, thanks for joining again. And Genoa, send us out.
Yo, Dween Nation, this was our second mock draft, first of 12 teams, and we're excited to do many mock drafts up until the very first kickoff there with Philadelphia and Dallas. But we're very excited there. Hopefully we get some leagues then. Hopefully we get some best ball. Hopefully next time we get a couple more people on a mock draft there. So we're very excited. Let us know what you think. Let us know who you would pick, who you wouldn't pick. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, peace.